Welcome to the Playbook Podcast. I'm your host Trey for today. This is my other host Jaden. This side, no, this side, yeah, that side. Nick is unfortunately out due to personal reasons. Just pray for him and his family. That's all I gotta say. Thinking about you, Nick, and that whole family too. But yeah, I'm gonna get straight to it. First of all, the giveaway. Um, Travis, you won. So because you don't want to comment, so I'm gonna Apple Pay you $15. I know it's not a lot of money, but at least it's something, bro. I was gonna do a Chick-fil-A gift card, but I don't know if you like Chick-fil-A or not. So you want a giveaway? So congrats to you. Look forward in 2 weeks to sending you the money. Is when I get paid next. So wait for that. Um, hey, we're a college student. I'm a college student, man. Travis, you understand, Travis? You're a college too. I'm not making that much money yet until next fall when I work at WT for sports podcasting. But anyways, we're going to the straight into it. NBA playoffs have been insane so far. My heart is crushed because something happened last week. I was mad last Wednesday night. I almost cried. I literally almost cried. So the Wolves versus the Lakers happened. The Wolves won 4-1. The Wolves. It was a. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless right now. So talk about this game for a little bit though. Try to make it quick because it's kind of tough topic to talk about. Wolves pull off on win on game 5, 103-96. Um, Jaden, what was your takeaway of this game? What went wrong for the Lakers and what was right for Minnesota?
Well, for the Lakers, for whatever reason, this was not the Lakers that we saw in the regular season. They did not play like this. They did not play like that at all. The Lakers in the regular season were just, tearing teams apart. That's why everybody thought they were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I say everybody, a lot of people, at least we did. Um, and come this playoffs, it's just like they just did not come with that same energy, right? There's usually teams, excel in the playoffs and start playing better in the playoffs, but you know, um, I just think for the Lakers, I just think they didn't. The biggest thing that went wrong is they just did not come with the same energy. I feel like they just lost energy, if anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think what hurt them a lot too was the depth they had and the center they had and the bench they had too. Because after game 4, when it was a close game and when the Lakers lost by a free throw from Anthony Edwards, I kind of knew it was over. But at the same time, though, I saw Rory McIlroy won, and so that gave me hope a little bit. Jaden gave me
Mm-hmm.
hope.
Yeah.
Turns out there wasn't hope for it. It wasn't like Rory McIlroy's won in the Masters.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you. I think what happened a lot was that Luka didn't play any defense at all.
Yeah.
It was probably the worst defense I've seen him play. That's probably the worst defense I've seen in my life, actually. I think me and you could play better defense than that, Jaden. The dude had literally have like 5 people blow by him. That's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, he had Ant Man, and Luca's bigger than Ant Man. He is longer than
Mm-hmm.
Ant Man. And look, you know what happens? Ant Man says, "You know what? I'm gonna juke you out," and bam, that's what he does. Which is the one
Yeah.
to layup. And I felt bad for LeBron because LeBron was playing his heart out. He didn't have a good game on offensive side because he was doing everything on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he was trying to hold the game down, man, because it was bad.
Yeah.
Rui played really good too. I think Austin Reeves, in my opinion, I think we kind of overhyped him a little bit in the regular season because he was a no-show in his playoffs. A
Yeah.
no, he did
Absolutely.
terrible. He was like he is a re. I mean, it was just terrible the way he was playing. So yeah, But next my next topic. Whose fault was it that the Lakers lost the series?
I have a couple things on this. I think it was game 4. I don't remember exactly which game, but um, the Lakers starting 5 played the entire second half.
Hmm.
I think that was game 4.
Yeah, you're right. It was game 4. Yeah,
And that's, I don't know if that's a bad call on JJ Redick, or if the bench just wasn't putting out enough. Which, I mean, they did struggle on the bench did struggle.
right,
Um, but I mean, I mean so did their starting 5. They struggled too. Um, so I don't know if that's a bad call on JJ Redick to not put the bench in, or maybe it was just the bench's fault. I don't
right,
know. Like I said, the bench didn't really put out a lot. But I don't think, I wonder what would be different if maybe they gave, they didn't even have to take out the whole starting 5 and put the
right,
whole bench in there. They could have took one person at a time and just kind of rotated them through. I think, me personally, that was a bad call to have them play the entire second half. I know that was only one game, but one game means a lot in the playoffs.
right.
Um,
And that was the first time that has ever happened in NBA history.
yeah, I just don't think it was a smart call.
Yeah,
Um, you mentioned Luca. Yeah, he, for whatever reason, he did not really show up on defense. Um, you know, which in the regular season he played great defense. Him and LeBron, both they played good defense in the regular season. So, and I think it was a collective defensive effort. Um, I think collectively, just they were lacking in the defense, on the defensive side. Uh, but yeah, I think it kind of sucked because LeBron was having to do more facilitating of the ball than he was actually being able to score.
right,
Which, I mean, LeBron is turned into more facilitator than he has a scorer. Um, as he's getting older, but still, I'm not putting any blame on necessarily LeBron, but you know, because he came and dug them out of holes when they were in
right,
holes. They made the game close. He scored when he needed to, but I think him not being able to freely play the game like he was when he had Luca on both sides of the ball. Um, so yeah, I think the biggest thing is just the the bench not putting out as much as they should have. Uh, keeping having to keep the I say having, they didn't have to, but keeping the starting 5 for the entire second half of the game, and Luca as well, him not playing great on defense. And same thing, like you said, with Austin Reeves, he didn't. I mean, he didn't show up. Uh, I don't know what happened with him. I just, like I said, I think it was just a big, like, they didn't come with the same energy that they had during the regular season.
right. I agree with you on some things. I kind of see your point about JJ Redick. That was the kind of, I mean, Nick and I talked about it last week that was probably the most strangest thing that what I've ever seen him do this year. And I think because he's inexperienced coaching, so it's not like coaching kids, because kids have a lot of energy and these people are grown men giving the heart out. And so, yeah, I just think that, I think that with that scenario, I think what went wrong too was that they didn't have any center depth.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be real with you, okay? Jackson Hayes might be the worst center I've ever seen in my entire life. Worse than Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown was a better center than this guy. Jackson Hayes was a first round pick from Duke, and he didn't show like he played from Duke at all. If I'm the Lakers next season, trade this guy because this guy cannot play defense. There's a reason why. I saw something strange on Game Five too. He didn't play a single minute at all. He was
Yeah.
literally did not play on a scenario. And I think too. I think JJ Redick could adjust his bench a little bit more because I think that what you may call it, that Dalton Connect was still playing on the game and he didn't play 1 minute this postseason. So and Dalton Connect is a taller version of JJ Redick, literally a taller version of the guy.
Yeah.
Because JJ Redick and him can move around off the ball, and that didn't show this part off season as well, and then postseasons as well. So I agree with you about that. Austin Reeves, man, that was insane, man. I mean, look at the stats. This playoff stat. He averaged 16.2 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. He shot 41% from the field. He also had 14 turnovers during the playoffs this season. And this whole season, the biggest problem of the Lakers was turnovers, and it showed right here in the postseason. In the regular season this year, he had 20 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. More of a scorer. He shot 46% from three, and he shot 37% from. Oh, hold on, my bad. 46% from the field and 37% from the three. So there's a big drop off right there. And um he had about 9 turnovers in total this season. So showed a lot in this past game, and I'm disappointed that he didn't show up at all because I think we're all saying he's the best third option in the NBA. And we
Yeah.
were all seeing that. Even mainstream media was saying that in the
Hmm.
media, on ESPN and FS1, and even people on podcasts that say the same thing. Well, that didn't show this season at all. So, but yeah, tough loss for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Disappointed. That was our pick to win it all. So we'll get later into our next pick. So now the Lakers season is over. What is next for the Lakers? What do you think will happen this offseason?
Um, I think that, I think they're gonna work on, you know, I think they're just gonna, the off season. Obviously, they're gonna do their normal off season things, but I think what they need to do is they need to really work on, um, just the things that they struggled with this season. Especially turning the ball over.
Right.
They the amount of turnovers that they had is just, like you said, that was one of their biggest issues, and especially in the playoffs, you can't turn the ball over that much and win.
Right.
It's you just lose so many opportunities for points that way. But I think that they just need to regroup and work on all the things that they need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I noticed there's a report from Shams that Giannis wants to go to the Lakers.
Yeah, I did
So
see that.
hopefully, if I'm gonna be straight up, I think they should trade Austin Reeves now, or Jackson Hayes in first round picks to get Giannis, because I think that will actually help because Giannis can play center too. Giannis is 7 foot, and I don't
Yeah.
care what the NBA says. He's 7 foot. He's 7 foot. I think he can play better. Wow, this game's pretty physical right here. Watching the Wolves and the Warriors, man. I think Curry got hurt. He pulled his hamstring. So sorry, Warrior fans out there. But yeah, I think they need to get a center big time and then work on their depth and their bench too. Because here's the deal:
Yeah.
they're one piece away from winning a championship. They're
Hmm.
just one piece away. All they need is get a center and work on their depth, and they're good. I
Yeah.
mean, I think they need to get a center big time, man. I hope they get Giannis. I know there's some reports too that if Jokic loses this series against the OKC, that Jokic could leave the Nuggets because of Mike Malone that happened this past offseason. Season,
Hmm.
I mean. So that could be a factor in the role too. But really, they just need a center overall because freaking Rudy Gobert Game 5 looked like prime Shaq. Yeah, 27 points. Yeah, 24 rebounds, dude. He was like that.
Mm-hmm.
He joined Will Chamberlain, that fraud dude. He joined Shaq and Kareem and Bill Russell in that category of 2020, and LeBron James too in that category. So
Yeah.
that was insane. But yeah, I agree with you. They need to get some big time depth in center because it was bad.
Yeah. They
Anyway,
they need a center big time. That's yeah.
yeah, and top of that, Luca, get in shape, bro. Really get in shape. Quit Luca, and actually, like I don't want to see you just running up the hill 5 times on Instagram and on TikTok and Snapchat and whatever you have. Get in shape, bro. Go work out with LeBron, and because Judge pointed that out in the press conference. I don't know if you saw the conference after the Lakers lost that next day. He said,
Yeah.
"Lakers, we need to get in shape. Better step this and work on our conditioning." Because JJ Redick was a pretty good coach this year, and
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I think he needs to get in shape. He
Yeah.
needs to get in shape. But yeah, next now. Let's to the next topic. Will Luca stay with the Lakers, or would he move away from the Lakers?
Um, I don't think Luca will leave. I think that he's still got time with the Lakers, and I think that I don't think that he'd want to leave, unless randomly the Lakers trade him. But um, I just think that him and LeBron, I feel like they played well together, and I think that he liked playing with LeBron. So I think personally, I think that Luca's gonna stay. I don't see him going anywhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know that I saw a video the other day where it was Rob Pelinka, JJ Redick, and Luca, and coming out from a restaurant, and Rob Pelinka had a binder on him
Hmm.
because I think LeBron's gonna play. I know LeBron's tweeted that comment out to an ESPN reporter, but I think he's part of the role factor too. Because here's the deal. I think Luca. The thing with the Lakers is that they get everybody. They want to get every star, and their momentum is championships.
Hmm.
That's all they think about. They started off with Wilt to Kareem to Shaq to Kobe, now into LeBron, and now they're doing it to Luka Doncic too. So I think right now he's on track of signing a $229 million contract for 4 years. So that's Lakers for life, basically. So I agree with you.
Hmm.
So yeah, what is next for LeBron James in his career? I know he said that he's considering coming back. There's reports that he had a sprained MCL. So what's next
Hmm.
for LeBron James in his career?
Um, I don't think LeBron's going anywhere just yet. I think he's still got another couple more seasons in him, at least one more. I think he wants to play one more. But I think that he just needs to, especially in this off season, I think he really needs to just take care of his body. I mean, he does. I mean, he puts a lot of work into his body to make sure it stays, in shape. Make sure he stays in shape. Make sure it stays, healthy. But I think he just needs to, just take care of himself in his off season. Like I said, I think he probably got one more season in him. I don't think he's going anywhere just yet.
Right. Right. I got a lot to say about this because I kind of see people in media making me mad, dude. Like, especially from Perkins and people on NBA Today and all that stuff. And so, um, I think LeBron has a couple of seasons left in him, year to year now. From my opinion, I think he can play another 5 years if he wanted to. That's how great he is. Because I would take LeBron James 95% of the players today in today's game. I think what hurt him a lot this season too was he did the Olympics last season, this past summer, and
Mhm.
he didn't really have an off season. Because what he does normally, because he takes a month off to like do treatment on his body, and then next thing you know, and then on and towards July, August, September, he does a workout. He does his workouts now. So I think this will should help him rest. Cause man, you saw a little bit what happened at the beginning of the season, man, when he was playing bad,
Yeah.
and we were all like, "Whoa, is this guy washed up?" And then,
Mm-hmm.
but look at this, Jaden. Since turning 40 years old, LeBron's averaging 27 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. At 40 years old, that's pretty insane. I
Yeah.
mean, Michael Jordan wasn't doing that at 40 years old. And by the way, I already seen people on media already telling that, oh, Jordan would have not blown a 3-1 lead, down 3-1. Well, yeah, prime MJ, of course, but what is he doing at 40 years old? I love Jordan too. I think it's a tie with the GOAT debate. I know Nick gives me a hard times about that, and so does Jaden sometimes, but I mean, come on, man. He's 40 freaking years old. He's held the prime MJ standards, which is insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. Anyways, back to the subject for a sec. Back to the subject now. I think he'll play. I think he'll come out this subseason. I know Bryce is eligible for the draft in 2026. So we'll see what happens then.
Yeah.
Now, next is Anthony Edwards, the next face of the NBA.
We've kind of talked about this from a different perspective about, whether he'd want to be the next face of the NBA. I think, whether he wants to or not, I have a feeling that he could be the next face of the NBA. I feel like he's just a very, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know the word I'm thinking of, uh, but yeah, I think whether he wants to or not, I think it's eventually going to fall on him, just because he's a really good player, and we've talked about that throughout the entire season, and we've mentioned it, and I just think that with the way that he plays, and for how much heart he has for the game, I think that um, I think he's going to end up being the next face of the NBA.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but I think if eventually he keeps playing good like this, um, and working at it, I think it will fall on him.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you, man. I think he will, no matter what. I mean, look at this. This guy sent home Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, and Luca.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, here's the deal. I think Ant-Man will be the first of the NBA. I know right now this is so far in his playoffs career overall. He's averaging 27 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, and 32 games in the playoffs of his career. That's pretty good, man. At 23 years old, that's really good.
It's really good.
I mean, he's joining Kobe Bryant in that category right now, which is insane. If you're in the same competition as Kobe Bryant, that's stats, man, you're on something right now. I think he's going to take over the league in 2 or 3 years. I think maybe next year for sure. If he loses this year in the playoffs, next year he's gonna go all out. He's gonna take over the league. I think
Mm-hmm.
he'll win more MVPs and championships than Jokic, more than SGA. That's my opinion about that. Because that man wants it. He wants to take over the league. He wants to ruin your night. He wants to ruin your day. He wants to kill you, man. He was out there to destroy you. That's what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and man, by the way, he's my second favorite player to watch besides the Lakers. So yeah. Anyways, now to the next game. This series was probably the best so far in the playoffs so far. On the Clippers versus the Nuggets. Nuggets win 120-101, and in at 7 games, 4-3. Kawhi had 22 points. Harden had 7 points. Zubac had 10 points. And then on the other side of the game, Jokic had 16. Jamal Murray had 16 as well. So my question to you is, what went wrong for the Clippers?
Um, you know, I feel like for the Clippers, I just feel like they struggled defensively against the Nuggets,
Right.
which I mean is understandable because the Nuggets are very strong on their offensively. Um, they have a lot of threats on the offensive side, especially with Jokic, kind of leading that charge. Um, I think that the biggest thing that they struggled with was just their defense on the Clipper side of the ball.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna say this. I think it's James Harden.
Yeah,
James Harden did terrible Game Seven, man. James Harden, I said earlier, had 7 points,
yeah,
2 from 8 from the field. You know, here's the deal about James Harden. I think everybody owes Dwayne Wade an apology. Those that had him over Dwayne Wade as the top three shooting guard in NBA history, behind Kobe and Jordan. James Harden, Game Sevens, averages 19 points per game, 7.9 assists, 5.5 rebounds in Game Sevens of his career. His record overall is 3-4. James Harden, you're a great scorer, but you're really overrated. Do you? James Harden has a lot of potential, Jaden, to become great. He's a two-time scoring champion. I
mm-hmm.
mean, in 2018, he won MVP because the way he was playing as a Rocket. James Harden is really really overrated. He doesn't need. I can tell he doesn't care no more about the game. And Kobe Bryant said it. His style of basketball is terrible. So his style overall is terrible as a basketball player because he can't really lead a team. And there's a reason why um Chris Paul left, Westbrook left. So
Mm-hmm.
this team is just like he's overrunning over all over the place in his career. So James Harden is the reason why they lost this game. Because Kawhi
Yeah,
played amazing. Kawhi was carrying the Kawhi was carrying the load in the first round, the first half. I mean, the first half, carrying the load. So, and I don't know what happened in the second half because they just was a no show.
yeah,
So I think this is a lot on James Harden and his chemistry. I feel bad for Kawhi Leonard because Kawhi was actually revamping his career again. But Harden, man, he's really overrated, and his style of basketball, his style, the way he plays is terrible. You can do step backs, dribble all you want, but you are not a good leader, James Harden, and I mean that. So, yeah,
yeah. Two from eight or 2 for 8 from the field is crazy,
yeah, it's
and
wild.
then 1 for 4 for 3 from the three. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Tyron Lewis was undefeated in Game Sevens. By the way, he was
yeah.
four. He was 4-0. Now he's 4-1. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
I
James
saw that.
Harden. Everywhere he's went in Game Seven so far, he's done terrible. He could have won it against 22 years ago against the Celtics. What happened? He blew it. He just blew it.
Yeah.
So now, what is next for the Clippers as a franchise? Do they let go of Kawhi? Do they let go of James Harden? What happens in the offseason?
Um, I think after the playoff performance, they should look at what they're gonna do with James Harden. I mean, he's James Harden is not a bad player by any means, but
Right,
just from what we saw from James Harden, they the Clippers themselves may reconsider what they're gonna do with him. Um, if nothing else, if they keep James Harden just needs to be in the lab for the entirety of the offseason and just really lock in and um, work on just work on his game.
right.
I don't think they'll let go of Kawhi. Uh, it was a little it was a little shaky in the regular season, but he kind of pulled through in the playoffs. So
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think they have to let go of James Harden because James Harden, man. I mean, he wanted to go to Clippers, and look what happened, man. He's not playing that good. So,
hmm
but yeah, are the Nuggets contenders in the Western Conference now?
I think so. Um, which I had always had them as a contender, a possible contender since the beginning of the playoffs. Um, I mean, the Nuggets are just a really like strong team,
Right,
and Jokic is really good. Uh, if you look at this game, I mean, the entirety of their starting five played great.
right,
Aaron Gordon had 22 points. Jokic had 16. Michael Porter Jr. had 15. Jamal Murray had 16, and Christian Braun had 21. I mean, they all
right,
played really good. I mean, you had all their assists and rebounds on top of all that. The Nuggets are just very strong offensively, and uh, they're good at defense too. But where they slightly struggle with their defense, they make up for it with their offense.
right. Well, breaking news so far in this game so far, Steph Curry's out for the rest of the game with a hamstring injury. Strained his hamstring, bro, in this game so far. So Warriors fan, man, you have to rely. Now you're in trouble, bro, because there's a hamstring injury can link forever, right, Jaden?
hmm
But anyway, so I agree with you about the Nuggets, man. I kind of knew, I kind of had doubt because I felt bad because Jamal Murray was playing bad in the first couple of games, but he
Yeah.
game seven he ramped up, bro. He ramped up. I was watching this game and he was ramping it up, bro. He was hitting step backs. He was cooking people one on one, not so isolation shots. So and Aaron Gordon is a big factor in that series, man, in this game overall. So
Absolutely.
but yeah, I think Nuggets are legit contenders in the Western Conference. I think that's the only team that could probably compete with with the OKC and the Wolves because well, I don't know about the Wolves because Wolves own them. The Wolves own the Nuggets for some reason since last playoff.
hmm
So and they'll have to avoid the Timberwolves and all possible because the Ant Man can take over the game, and I think Nas Reed and Rudy Gobert can really lock down Jokic. And so yeah, I think that'll play a big role in the conference playoffs overall. So, but I agree with you. So but yeah, now to the next game. Another game seven that happened this past Sunday night. Sunday night. The Warriors versus the Rockets. Warriors won 4-3. We got our pick right, Jaden. Me and you did. I
Yep.
know Nick was mad because he hates Curry fans. So, but yeah, Warriors won 103-89. Draymond had 16 points. Jimmy Butler had 22. Curry had 22, and Buddy Hield had 33 points. Man, he was on fire in Game Seven, bro. I watched this game.
hmm
The other side of the bench was terrible, like they always are. But
Yeah.
anyway, the Rockets though, Amen Thompson had 24, Brooks at 8, and Jalen Green at 8 points as well. So overall, what do you think? What do you think about the game? About the Warriors? What happened with the Warriors? What do you think? Why do you think why they won this game?
I mean, just look at the score. I mean, look at the points that everybody individually put up. Especially, I mean, Buddy Hield. I mean, you got to give him credit for that win. 33 points.
Right.
Um, I mean, he was a big part of why they won. And then you have Curry. He scored 22, but then he also has um, he had 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He had a couple steals and a couple blocks as well. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think just they played great on both sides of the ball. Um, and I think that's why they ended up winning this game. Uh, and I like we both picked the Warriors to win this in the very beginning, and this is why I picked them is because I knew they could put up numbers like this.
Right, right. I think I agree with you a lot. I think the biggest thing too is that Buddy Hield was playing really good and he was on a
Mhm.
hot streak.
Yeah,
Curry was playing bad. Curry was playing terrible in the first half. He
yeah,
had yeah, she saw 9 attempts from the three, bro. He was over
yeah.
9 at halftime, which is we never hear of from Steph Curry, but it happened. Um, and people giving Steph Curry the credit for that game, bro. Buddy Hield was carrying that team, bro, on his back.
Yeah.
So Curry fans, calm down. You go watch the game again. Jaden, go watch the game. I don't know if you saw this game or not. Go watch it live on YouTube TV. You have my account. Go watch this game. Curry played terrible in the first half. He played awful. So I think what really helped him a lot was freaking Buddy Hield, bro. Buddy Hield combined his shot from threes was 18 attempts from three. They made
Hmm.
18% from the three, which is 41% from the three that game. Um, so yeah, that's what happened in my book about the Warriors. What they won that game. And Curry averaged 20 points per game off this postseason so far. It's not good. So
Yeah.
and is out for the hamstring injury. I don't know. So what happens? Anyways, so what went wrong for the Rockets? They were doing good at the first half, but what happened in the second half?
Man, I think Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks really kind of let the team down. More Jalen Green than Dylan Brooks, but I mean they both only scored 8 points. Um, and it's just I feel like we just needed more from them,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think they just kind of fell apart collectively though. I don't know what happened. I watched some of this game and I watched a couple of um the highlights afterwards, but it just looks like they fell apart at the end of this game.
Right, I agree with you. I feel bad for Alman Thompson because he was actually the best player on this team this past game on Game 7. He was locking down Curry.
Hmm.
He was doing really good. And I think the center too. I don't know how to say his name. Singon. I don't know how to say his
Same.
name, but yeah, he was really good too. And I mean, Alman was winning by himself. No one was really putting up the points, and it's just a shame that Green and Brooks did terrible. I mean, Brooks did play good in the off defensive side of the ball. He was locking down Curry, helping
Hmm.
him locking down Curry too, and Draymond Green. But I think that what happened a lot was that it just happens, man. They just had a meltdown second half. They
Hmm.
came in close, and then Curry sold the game. Oh my god, it's over.
Yeah.
So Brisbane back to Jalen Green. What should he get traded?
After that performance, maybe.
Right,
I think they need to do some serious look at their roster. If not just Jalen Green, I think they just need to look at their roster overall. Um, yeah, but Jalen Green, he fell apart, and I feel like he really didn't throughout the entirety of this series. He really didn't contribute that much,
right.
and it kind of shows, or I mean, it did show for it.
Yeah, I got something to say about this because look at this. So game, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So let me see. One, two. So game one, he had 8 points. Game two, he had 12. Game three, he had 11. Game four, he had 8. Game five, he had 9. Game 6, his best games in the playoffs was he had 38. And Game 7, he had 7 points. So combine that, he averaged 13 points per game this season in the playoffs. Jalen Green, it was probably their best player this season in the regular season. But Jalen Green, buddy, he's so talented, bro. He's talented. He
Mm-hmm.
has a lot of potential. He's really athletic too. But if you can't show up in the postseason, bro, they're gonna boo you out of Houston. They
Mm-hmm.
will boo you out of Houston. And so far, um, people are saying like Stephen A. said it on First Take that they should trade for number one option. That might be the case in this scenario because Jalen Green cannot get it done apparently in the postseason.
Mm-mm.
This dude had a chance to beat the Warriors. Game 6 was probably his best game so far, and he played terrible. So that is not gonna do good in the postseason at all. Um, so Jalen Green, please, for the love of sakes, play better, bro. Maybe go back in the offseason and think about what you did this past postseason, because 13 points per game in the postseason, bro, and then win your championship, bro, against the experienced Warriors team that you know how they run. Because all they do in the postseason, in the Warriors run, is that they run schemes off Curry, pick and
Mm-hmm.
roll. They play a little bit of triangle offense, a little bit, not like it was with the Bulls and Lakers, but a little bit farther out now because it's evolved. The game has evolved now,
Mm-hmm.
so they're running off RPOs, the triangle offense a little bit, and screens off Curry. So and he didn't get it done and then in the defensive side of the Warriors, they play zone defense. So but yeah, that's just terrible the way Jalen Green played.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next topic. I know I put something else, but should the Rockets consider getting Kevin Durant?
Um, I think they should. Excuse me. I think they should definitely consider something like that. I think if not Kevin Durant, they need somebody.
Right,
Um, I don't know who that would be. KD is not a terrible option, but the Rockets need somebody. Um, just to especially help them in the postseason, and they don't really have a bench to help support them either. So I think that the Rockets definitely need somebody to help them out and you know give them more of a fighting chance.
right. But I think they should get to Kevin Durant because he's a leader and he's not a leader at all actually. He's actually more experienced though. And that might have had to be a number one scoring option besides Jalen Green because Jalen Green apparently cannot play basketball well in the playoffs. So, but yeah, I agree with you on that. Now back to the Warriors side of the ball. So are the Warriors legit contenders in the Western Conference? Can they win it all?
That's tough. I mean, I'm gonna act like I don't know anything about what just happened today. Um, and act like I haven't seen the game yet. And I mean, at least I think that they have a chance. Um, but I don't know. They've got a lot um, to fight through. They got a lot of competition to fight through as well. So now you ask me this. Now that I know what happened tonight, it's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough. Now, if Curry doesn't come back in for the series, um, they might be it might be done. They might be over for them.
Right, I agree with you. I don't got Warriors winning against the Wolves at all. I think the Warriors is too small, and I was Steph Curry shoot through all he wants to, but their depth and the rebounding is important. And basketball rebounding, I think in my opinion, the defense is scoring, defense and rebounding win championships. in the
Mm-hmm.
NBA, and turnovers don't. And so far, right now Warriors are winning because winning right now, up right now. But I have the Warriors not passing the second round. So if they pass the second round, good for them. They won't have pass against OKC or Denver at all.
I don't think
So
so either.
I think this is it for the Warriors. Just had a good run. This is just I don't know. I don't want to go for it right now because I feel like Jalen. I feel like the Warriors are just a little bit kind of worn out now because Curry got hurt and Draymond Green's playing good, but Jimmy Butler ain't playing good either right now. So what happens though?
Yeah.
Now to round two. Um, Games happen so far. So far right now we have the Pacers against the Cleveland, Knicks versus Boston, Warriors versus Timberwolves, which is going on right now, and then Thunder versus Nuggets. So yesterday, game one happened with the Rockets, not the Rockets, my bad, against the Denver versus the Nuggets. Um, so something crazy happened. Chet missed two free throws. Aaron Gordon had a game winner buzzer beater. So who's winning this series and why?
Um, I think after seeing what I saw last night, uh, I think that where'd it go? Sorry, hold on. Pull this up real quick. There it is. Yeah. So I going into this, I had the Nuggets winning this series, and that buzzer beater was kind of all I needed to see. I mean, that just they played that game until the very last second. They didn't give up, um, and I just think that the Nuggets are going to win this series. I think they have the potential. Um, I think they could win it in either 5 or 6.
Okay,
I think it's going to be tough. I think because the the Thunder's not an easy team to get past by no means, but
right,
um, you know after watching that game last night, I just unless the Nuggets just fall apart, I think that they're going to win this series.
right. I actually had Thunder winning in six because I know free throws. I mean, people miss free throws, and I think if Chet would have made those free throws, OKC would have won. I think SGA is a closer, and I know that. And what crazy to me is that they blew a 20 point lead yesterday, which is doesn't really happen. You don't see in this postseason or overall of OKC. So, I think if I'm the OKC Thunder, I will put Lou Dort on Aaron Gordon because Lou Dort can play defense like crazy, bro. He can play good defense.
Yeah,
And right now, he's on candidate for defensive player of the year. So I think you put him on Aaron Gordon, and you put Chet on Jokic. And I don't think anybody can guard SGA though from that team overall. I
yeah.
don't think they can guard him. So I have Thunder winning in six. You also have the Cavs versus Patriots yesterday happened, and today too. No, so my bad. Sunday night and today. So Tyrese Halliburton hit a game-winning buzzer beater today against the Cavs. Who's winning this season and why?
This is tough because um, the Cavaliers in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that because they were just they were insane in the regular season, and they're still playing good. Um, you know, but I don't know where the Pacers came from.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
They just they turned it up in the postseason and the playoffs, and they're up 2-0 right now in this series. Uh, but I mean, if you look at this game that happened tonight, um, you have Ty Jerome scored 2 points,
Yeah,
and Dean Wade scored 3 points. Donovan Mitchell scored 48, which that's insane. Um, Jarrett Allen scored 22, and Max Struess scored 23. So they kind of picked up that slack a little bit, but I don't. You can't win games when uh, your starting lineup is not not scoring and not
right,
playing well. I mean, Dean Wade, he did good on the defensive side. He got 7 rebounds or 7 defensive rebounds. So, you know, and 10 rebounds total. And so he did contribute there, but 3 points that's not going to cut it, especially in the playoffs.
right.
Same thing with 2 points. You can't play like that and win games. So, um, ask me this before the series started, I probably would have said the Cavaliers, but I think I have the Pacers winning this series now.
Okay. Um, I'm thinking about like that. I agree with you about that game. So I watched this game too, and I think what happened a lot was that they didn't really have a good fourth quarter towards the end of the fourth quarter because they made a dumb mistake of turning the ball over, and Tyrese Halliburton hit a step back three on them. But I had to think about this game a lot. I thought about it. I think pitchers have size, and and Cavs really don't have any size at all besides Jared Allen.
Yeah.
So I think I have pitchers winning this game probably in five. So, but yeah, that's me though. Um, which brings me to my next topic. If the Pacers win this series, do you think they're allergic to contenders in the Eastern Conference?
Mm, I think they have a shot. Um, 1 second. So I don't know. That's tough. Because if they win this series, they either have to play the Knicks or the Celtics.
Right.
Um, I guess it just depends. Because if the Celtics make it through the against the Knicks, then I think that's going to be tough for the Pacers to beat.
Right.
But if the Knicks make it through, I think they have a better shot at beating the Knicks than they do the Celtics. So I think I think they have a chance. I still think it's going to be tough for them. But I mean, I don't even know because this Pacers team came out of nowhere for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting them to do this well in the playoffs, and they definitely proved me wrong. So
Right. Right. I agree with you. I think they are legit contenders now because man, I mean they beat the Bucks, bro,
hmm
and Giannis had 40 that game and
yeah,
game five. So, but yeah, I agree with you on the Pacers and Cavs side. Um, Pacers are probably gonna win the series probably in five. Um, Now to the next thing about Knicks versus Celtics. So the Celtics blew a 20-point lead yesterday. Um, they shot. Look at this. They shot 45 attempts from three, bro.
That's terrible.
So my question to you is this: What? Who's gonna win this? Who's gonna win this series, man? Who's gonna win it?
Oh, you know, I don't know because this was just such a like the Celtics don't blow leads like that. They usually
No,
don't.
that's their
That
first
that
time. That's that first time leaving, blowing a home game since 2018, bro.
yeah, and so that just kind of took me off guard. I was not expecting them to when they were up. I was like, okay, the Celtics have this game, and then they just lost their lead. So I guess I'll have to actually decide this after the second game, just because I originally had the Celtics winning this,
Yeah,
and I still think they can, but it just kind of it threw me off when they blew that lead because they don't blow leads, and so it just it just threw me off. So
yeah.
I think I'll have to look at the second game and watch the second game, and I think I'll be able to make my actual answer from there. Right now, I still have the Celtics winning it, but that could change after the second game.
Right. I thought about this hard today because I watched this game. I did have Boston winning in five before this game happened. But dude, they shot 40 attempts from. They shot 15% from the three, bro. They
It's
shot
terrible.
45 attempts from the three, bro, as a team overall. Um, I have Knicks. I have Knicks winning in seven because crap like that happens, bro. And Porzingis is out, and
Hmm.
Jason Tatum's playing the injured wrist.
Yeah.
So I have Knicks winning in seven because Jalen Brunson brought this team back from nowhere, bro. This team was down 20 points, and he came back and blew them out. And Jalen Brunson
Hmm.
hit a clutch time. There's a reason why that guy's going clutch player of the year. There's a reason why that happened.
Hmm.
So I have Knicks winning in seven. At first, I thought about it today, and but yeah, I have Knicks winning in seven, bro. I have Knicks winning in seven.
Yeah.
So now to my next topic. Kendrick Perkins said on Get Up and said Steph Curry is one more finals away, one more finals MVP away from the GOAT conversation. Is he right? Yes or no?
Oh man, Kendrick Perkins is a funny guy. Curry's got a lot more to do than just win another final MVP and call himself the GOAT. Just because you're a finals MVP, winning another ring, it doesn't make that I don't that won't make you the GOAT. You even we talked about this last time. Jordan even said it. Rings aren't the only factor that come into the GOAT debate, and so I don't know what Kendrick Perkins, drank before he went on the air, but I Curry's still got a lot to do to put himself in the GOAT debate.
You know what? I agree with you big time. Because here's the deal, okay? Steph's been playing bad as postseason. Not one person talked about it this morning. Not one person did yesterday too. After Game 7, beating the Rockets. Um, so Steph Curry so far in playoffs. This is what he's averaging. 2025 playoff stats. So right now he's averaging 24 points per game. The year he won a title, he was averaging 28 points per game in the postseason. So here's the deal. Kendrick Perkins, respectfully, you should be banned from television. You should be arrested for this stuff. You should be arrested, bro. How is he better than? How is he going to be in the GOAT conversation, bro? How? All because he shoots threes like crazy and has one finals MVP. The year he won in 2015, Jaden, he was 27 years old, and guess who won in finals MVP? Andre Iguodala won it, bro. Should have been LeBron because LeBron averaged 34 points per game that season and 10 rebounds and 10 assists. So he should have won that finals. LeBron should have won that finals MVP overall. He should have done it, but he didn't happen. So, but yeah, we can never get this guy criticism because he's not in the GOAT conversation. He's not in the GOAT conversation. He's just not. If that's the case, we'll be right now be saying, you know what, Curry's been playing bad. He's been playing bad this postseason so far. He ain't even a leading scorer right now, and his team is Jimmy Butler. Top of that, did you forget, Pitcher Perkins, that Steph Curry went to the Hamptons and begged Kevin Durant to take over his team? Literally begged. Michael Jordan would never do that to Scottie Pippen. He never let Scottie take over the team one time when he was playing in the NBA. LeBron has been a number one option in his whole entire career. So has Jordan. They led their team to the championship. Even Kobe Bryant was. And had Shaq on his team, by the way. You're telling me this guy's in the GOAT conversation, Kendrick Perkins? Really? That is beyond blasphemy, and he should be banned from television. And that is really the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. He wasn't even the best player on his team with Kevin Durant there. Not even 2015. If that's the case, you should have won finals. He should have won the MVP finals at the time in 2015. He should have. He literally begged Jaden, Kevin Durant, to be on his show. I mean, on the show, not on his team. He literally begged Kevin Durant to be on his team, and that didn't happen one time. So Perkins, your takes are terrible. All because you involved the game and enhance it, and doesn't mean crap to me. Steph Curry did change the game for the good and the bad. I've said it on the podcast many times. Even my old job, Steph Curry changed the game because he let people that are 6 foot on and under, or even like 6'1", 6'2", be like him. Same time though, it kind of ruined the league a little bit. It kind of did because people are shooting threes now. There's a reason why ratings dropped a little bit this past season. There's a reason why NBA TNT is going away. Because you know why? Because of Steph Curry. So Steph Curry, and here's the deal, Jaden. Okay, there's this little meme on Instagram that you see a lot. Well, Steph Curry won without 75 player on his team. Bro, Klay Thompson, I don't care what that list says, okay? I disagree with that list. Like, Dwight Howard should have been on that list. Kyrie should have been on that list. Klay Thompson should have been on that list. Even Draymond Green should be on that list too. Draymond Green is the best defender I've seen since Tim Duncan. Klay Thompson is a top 3 shooter of all time. Top 2 in my book. They're really a first ballot Hall of Fame. They really are. And that whole shenanigans saying, oh, Curry didn't win without a top 75 player. Bro, he has 2 first ballot Hall of Famers on his team. How does that make it a GOAT? He had super teams in his whole career. He did.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that's absurd that he's in the people. Country Perkins said that he knows that Curry's been carried his whole life. He's lucky too. I mean, look at the record. I'm gonna look at something up real quick. LeBron James versus Steph Curry without Kevin Durant. Look at this record without Kevin Durant. So look at this, okay? LeBron without Kevin Durant is 10-8. 10-8. That's without Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron has played with bad teams in that scenario. Curry had better teams than that. Curry had Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield, and he's still 10 against LeBron James. So how is he? Here's it though. He's not even. He's that. He's that. That's LeBron. Jordan. Jordan averaged 40 points per game in the finals in '93. Jordan has the all-time leading scorer in a postseason of 33 points per game. He has the most points average in a game in his career. 30.1. That's number one in the entire NBA, by the way. 10 scoring titles. A 5-time MVP. A 6-time Finals MVP. Number 5 on the all-time scoring leader book. How's he better than Steph Curry? How's Curry better than Jordan? And top of that, when Jordan was playing bad in the early '80s, in the late '80s, he was getting critiqued by people. You know why? Because they saw him as a threat to the GOAT debate. And after '93, Jaden, when he won the NBA, when he won the title, they were calling this guy the GOAT of basketball. In '93, after he won his championship, after the first win, they called him the best player they ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant now. Let's go to Kobe Bryant now. Kobe Bryant had 81 points. In my opinion, he has 3 MVPs in my book. I don't care what anybody says. He has 3 MVPs in my book. He also had, on top of that, he beat the greatest defensive. He beats, in my opinion, the best defensive team of all time, the 2010 Celtics. Beat them in 7 games. How is he better than? How is Curry better than Kobe Bryant? Tim Duncan, underrated player of all time. Timmy D is probably the best defender I've seen in my lifetime. Did you know he almost won undefeated in the finals, Jaden? He's
Mm-hmm.
5-1 in the finals. Tim Duncan is. And he carried those teams to the finals too. He carried Ginobili and Parker to the finals. How is Curry better than Tim Duncan? You see how I'm going with this, Jaden, right now? You see how I'm going with
Mm-hmm.
this? Steph Curry has never been in a GOAT conversation, and he never will be. He's top 10 of all time. That's my credit to him. The 2022 finals was a great run he had. I respect that one because he actually led that team. Other than that, he hasn't led the team to a jack. He had DeMarcus Cousins on his team, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green. He hasn't led his team one time by himself. He's been in playing. He's been the playing every year in the playoffs except for 2022. So how's he better than LeBron and Jordan and Kobe and Magic and Kareem? He's not. That's all I gotta say
Yeah,
about that.
it's nuts.
Perkins, you should be arrested and get drug tested too, because that was a blasphemous statement. Now, sorry, I get that off my chest because that just drove me nuts. So right now in the postseason, who has been the best player in the postseason so far in the NBA playoffs? In your book,
Mm, I think I gotta go Ant-Man.
yeah, same.
I mean, look at he's right now, he's averaging 26.8 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game, 1.2 steals per game, zero point 0.4 blocks per game. He's shooting 42% from the field and 33.3% from the three, with the 77.4% free throw percentage as well. I mean, those are great playoff numbers,
Yeah,
and he's just been playing great. So as of right now, I mean, that's who I got.
yeah, I agree with you. I know right now he's not playing that good because he's just trying to figure out his team again, how the Warriors
Mm-hmm.
run. So Game one, Warriors are gonna probably win this game, but I think that's the only one game probably. I think that's the only game they probably win.
Yeah.
So you have Warriors winning. I have Wolves winning in six still, but right now he's filling his team out. But yeah, I agree with you about Ant Man. So now to boxing. So it was announced on Saturday night. Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez been the best boxer since Mayweather. Him and Mayweather been the best boxers of this generation as a whole. And Terrence Crawford is a bad boy. He's 42-0, undefeated. So September 12th, Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. Who's going to win this fight and why?
I think I think overall that it's going to be a tough fight. I think that they're both equally going to have to work for it. Um, I say equally, but I think they're both really going to have to work for it. Um, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight overall, but I think I have to go with Canelo winning
Canelo?
this one. Yeah, I just think that watching him recently, because I don't watch boxing a lot, but I watch some boxing and I watch a lot of the highlights too and all that kind of stuff. But I've watched a lot of Canelo's fights and I've seen some stuff of Terrence Crawford, but I just think overall that Canelo's just he's got a lot. I feel like he's just got a lot more skills and just ability to win fights when he needs to. And just personally, I think I got Canelo winning this one.
Yeah. I don't know yet. It's a toss up because I like these both fighters a lot. These two right now, my favorite boxers right now. I don't know, I gotta think about it so far, but I think Canelo Alvarez is a good boxer. He can actually put you to distance a little bit, conditioning wise, and if he hits you, you're done. Now Terrence Crawford's moving up to a weight class,
Mm-hmm.
middleweight. So I think that's gonna be a tough battle because whoever wins this fight is to be next is the best will be the best boxer.
Yeah.
And it's after this because here's the deal for a long time since Mayweather retired in 2017, it's been Canelo's league. So I don't know. I may have Crawford. I don't know yet. I gotta think about it. Maybe if time gets closer, I can make a decision up. So now moving to some golf. Scottie Scheffler finally won 32 under par and it's absurd as a CHA Cup. Um, what do you think about Scottie's performance, Jaden?
He finally won one.
Finally did, man.
He won something. I've been on all of our pods. I've always wanted him to win, and he finally
Yeah,
won. So, I was really excited to see that. I was uh, happy to see that he finally won a tournament. And I mean, 33 under. I mean, that's insane. But congratulations, Scotty Scheffler. He finally won something after a long drought of not winning anything. So he played. I mean, he played great. He was dialed in on almost everything. So
yeah, yeah. I kind of agree with you, man. He can actually dang choke like he normally does, and when he gets that leaderboard because he's been playing bad, bro.
mm-hmm.
When he chokes a lot. So the PGA Championship is next week, which is crazy because man, we're already there. So look at the field so far. We have Ludwig playing, Ann Young, Ann Hong, Daniel Berger, Brian Birchstall, Christian B. I don't know how to say his name. Akshay playing. Um, Brandon, Richard, Michael Block. Oh, I was playing again. Keegan Bradley, Jacob Birchman, Dean Burmester. We have Sam Burns, Brian Campbell, Rafael Combos, Laurie Cutter, Patrick Cantley, John Caitlin, Bud Colley, Yuchino Chotara, Andre Chi, Wyndham Clark, Eric Cole, Tyler Collette, Corey Connors, Cameron Davis, Jason Day, Bryson DeChambeau, Thomas Dietrich, Luke Donald. You also have Jesse Drummer, Jason Duffner, Nick Dunlap, Nico, Austin Aircrope, Harris English, Tony Finau, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Ricky Fowler, Sergio Garcia, Bobby Gates. You also have Ryan Kerr, Lucas Glover, Max
Bro, this
Grazerman.
list goes on forever.
Yeah, okay. Wait, I'm gonna find Rory real quick because I can find Rory.
He's in there. He's in there. I just saw him.
So, who's in your final group, and who's gonna win the PGA Championship?
Final group. Man, I don't know about final group.
The final pairing.
Well, yeah, I know. I just don't know who. I don't know who I want to put in there. But I really, I don't know. I really feel like I could see Bryson DeChambeau winning this one.
Bryson.
Yeah, he's been playing good this season, and I think he's got a shot at it.
Where's Rory McIlroy at? I don't see him in the field.
He's down there. He's in the M's.
Oh, that's right. I look at the stupid R's, bro. See if I can find him. Okay, I see him now. Okay, for me, that's gonna be Rory and JT. Yeah, this is JT's favorite course as well, and this is Rory's. And right now, look at this, Jaden. Because this is at Quill Hollow, right? Look at this. Look at the stat from Rory McIlroy at Quill Hollow. So Rory McIlroy. I can spell his name right. Quail Hollow. So this is him at Quail Hollow, by the way. This is with majors too. Rory has won 4 times at Quail Hollow. And he's 61 under par. No, 81 under par at Quail Hollow, bro. In his career. That's insane, dude.
It is pretty good.
I mean, he's freaking insane, bro. I mean, his putting on the man, it's just insane how good he is at Quail Hollow. So for me, it's Rory and JT. I got Rory winning back-to-back majors, bro. I think that pressure is off him from winning the Masters so much. So I got Rory winning against JT in the PGA Championship. That's me.
Yeah. I could see that as well. I mean, Rory's been playing.
JT loves that course, bro. So is Rory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
there's a lot of people playing. Actually, that list goes on forever.
I know, and of course Michael, that guy's playing again. So is what it is. Michael Block. But yeah, it's coming up next week, man. Can't wait for another major in golf. Can't wait to see it. I'm gonna record it because I have to work Thursday and Friday, but I'll watch it. Now to other Senate stuff we talk about. So GTA 6, GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6, guys. The second trailer dropped after a year. Will it actually come out, Jaden?
Oh my word, man! I don't know. I don't even know why they dropped this trailer. I think it was just more so to give everybody, something to hang on to for a while because they keep pushing this date back like over and over and over again. And I mean, it's become a meme. The release of GTA 6 has become a meme. over this past. I mean, I don't even know. I If they keep pushing it back, I mean, are they even working on it, or is it just like the game's actually just that hard to make, or are they just trying to make the same game but make it look different? I don't know.
Right. Right.
But I don't know. I don't. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna come out. I mean, it probably will, but
Yeah.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah, I know. I know PlayStation has it on a wish list now. So hey, I don't know. I don't know what will come out though. I'm 50-50 on it. Because last year they said they will come out this year in 2025. Didn't come out. Now it's pushing it to May 26, 2026. So the trailer looks good. I will admit, gameplay looks a lot better. So we'll see what happens with that. What's the best? Now I know this is not a topic, but what's the best video game you ever played in your life, sports wise?
Mm, oh, that's tough. I think I just got to go with my. I mean, my favorite games to play sports wise are just all the 2K games. I don't know if I have a favorite 2K, but
Yeah,
just 2K in general.
yeah, I agree with you. Graphics are always good, and the gameplay's a lot smoother always. So but yeah, what's a game that now non-sports wise? What's the best game you ever played?
Ooh, I don't know. Do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
What's yours?
Red Dead Redemption 2 was a perfect game, bro.
That is a good. That one has a good story to it.
Yeah, it did. It did. Because it was so perfect out with Arthur Morgan and then with John and then that's probably a perfect game ever. That's probably, in my opinion, sports non sports, best game I ever played in my life was Red Dead Redemption 2 because it was so the story was so good.
Yeah, I haven't
Story
heard
was
about that game.
Yeah, it was good. I'm gonna play it in a bit, bro. Thinking about you should get it, Jaden. We should play together online. But yeah, it was a great game, man. Best game I played in my life was Red Dead Redemption 2. Um, but yeah, so Stephen A. Smith is making a lot of stuff going on with General Hospital with him killing that nurse in the show. Now it's going on Law and Order May 8th. So speaking of that, what show would you go on non-reality TV wise, past or present?
But I don't know.
What show would you want to go on?
But I don't even know. That's a funny question.
Grey's Anatomy?
That'd be a good one. I think we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to go with, but
For me, bro, I'll probably say Suits. Stephen A, bro, you're crazy. You're hilarious, dude.
oh my word.
But yeah, I'll probably go on Suits, bro. Cause I feel like I'm a good arguer, so I can go on there. I'll probably win. Be like the next Harvey Specter, bro. Now, reality TV show, Pastor President. What show would you want to go on?
I don't even know. I don't really even like reality TV shows. I probably
I don't.
wouldn't go on any.
I don't mind.
Oh
You already
Lord,
know
don't
it.
say it. Don't say it.
The Apprentice, man.
Oh my.
Um, I think that shows. I think not because of the guy, but I think because of the guy mainly. But I like the boardroom when it gets so tensed up with people arguing with each other, stabbing each other in the back. That's pretty funny to see, and I think that people that and the music too fits with it too, bro. The music fits with it because when the boardroom happens, the music in the background fits with it, bro. So yeah, it's my show, The Apprentice, man.
Oh my word, that's such a goofy question, bro.
But, hey, Stephen A. inspired me to ask Stephen A. Man, he's hilarious. So that wraps up the Playbook podcast. Another giveaway will come back at the beginning of June. Look out for that. Travis, congrats to you on winning the giveaway. Nick, hope you're doing good, bro. We missed you tonight. Praying for you and your family. That was a tough so far, but yeah, hopefully see you back next week, Nick. I know you will. Um, for that being said, I'm your host Trey. This is my host, my friend Jaden. So we'll see y'all next week, and we'll never know. We may do a bonus episode this weekend or this week whenever we can. But yeah, we'll see you on the podcast, guys. Peace out.